So, herzlich willkommen zurück zur neuen Folge von Madden NFL 16 oder auch kurz gesagt Madden 16 mit den Minnesota Vikings. Go Vikes! Tja, ich werde einfach mal alles scouten. Von oben. Weil ich werde wahrscheinlich verdammt viele Punkte bekommen. Und werde dann, wenn der Draft beginnt, wahrscheinlich mir den einen oder anderen rauspicken. Mal gucken, ob das noch aufgeht. Ja, geht auf. 13 Rest. Ja, somit sind das alle. Ah, hier haben wir einen Quarterback noch, wo man kann holen. Gucken. Dann gehen wir in die nächste Woche. Und da haben wir es mit Lions. Wer kann das sein? Ah, gegen die ich schon gespielt habe. Nächste Woche ist Bears dran, also sozusagen nächste Woche Samstag bei mir. Okay, dann beginnen wir mit Lines. Keine Ahnung. Also ich werde mich jetzt gleich muten. Detroit Lions. Habe ich gewusst, irgendwas mit Detroit war's. Ich werde mich jetzt gleich muten, um ein bisschen den Spiel zu genießen. Da müsst ihr nicht noch meine Kommentare hören, ob es gut war oder was auch immer. Also dann hört man sich am Ende der Folge wieder. Bis dahin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Both quarterbacks have reliable tight ends they know they'll be able to count on to make plays. It's the Lions going up against the Vikings. Now we'll go down to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for this Week 7 matchup.
The top team in the NFC will start today on defense. They'll be kicking it away here. The Lions are back deep, waiting to return the kick. We're underway here. Catches it at the 2 and starts his return. And he's out across the 20 and tackled at the 21. Moore's the quarterback, and so far on this season, accuracy has been a struggle at times. His completion percentage just a little over 50%. Bell is in the backfield. First down at the 21. Bell up the middle. In the end, it picks up only a yard. And now let's take a look at the Lions lineup on offense. Last week, their aerial attack was in high gear, throwing for over 300 yards. Second down and 9. Looking across the middle, it's caught by Fuller.
Moore's job is to sell that play fake, and boy, did he do it that time. It fooled the defense, and they get the completion.
Moore's got 2 tight ends on the field for this snap. Joseph's all over that offense and brings him down.
The Lions offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens? The run loses yards. That's just a bad job by the offensive line.
Bell's lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. And this pass goes incomplete as he was looking short that time. Now a look at the Vikings defensive lineup. They do have a tendency to give up a lot of yardage, so we'll see if this offense can take advantage today.
Let's go. Right, 38.
The Lions take it from the 38. Launches it down the field. Hauls it in. What a goal and what a catch. Touchdown, Detroit. Johnson's 5th touchdown reception of the year. The lead is theirs now after that trip to the end zone. That gives them some momentum here at the start, Phil.
Yeah, listen, halfway through the first quarter, you score that touchdown. Now you're leading in the game. Boy, that's a great place to be. And also, I know it's early, but it puts the pressure on the opposition right away.
The Lions now ready to kick the football down the field. That'll be a touchback, and the ball will be placed at the 20. Bridgewater's coming out now, having a very solid season, and his touchdown to interception numbers about a 4-to-1 ratio. First down at the 20. Charles Johnson with the catch.
That time it was an easy completion for the quarterback on the play-action pass, and it fools the defense because look how aggressive the offensive line is. They sold the play to the defense, and the quarterback took advantage.
Now first and 10. And Quinn with a near takeaway on that pass. Here's a look at the Vikings offense, hoping for a reversal of fortune as this offense has not kicked it into gear all year long. One of the lowest scoring teams in the league. Peterson, solo back set. Second down and 10. And incomplete. Didn't get his feet down. Here's the Lions defense. They've had a tough time this year slowing down the running game. It'll be interesting to see how they'll fare against it today. The Lions defense now is going to go nickel. Third and 10. Scanning the field. Away from the ball, there's a flag down on the field.
Pass interference, defense. Automatic first down.
The Vikings come to the line. Of course, plenty of pink on the field today and in the stands, as all of October will be seeing this for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the NFL. Almost intercepted that time. Second down coming up. Bridgewater's going to take it from the gun. Looking long. Throws it in the end zone. Touchdown. And with the second quarter looming, they've gotten themselves out of the hole with that touchdown.
Yeah, it just gives them confidence, Jim. Everybody, it picks up the defense. Of course, it picks up the offense, and it gives the coaches a whole new way to look at this football game as we get ready to finish off this first quarter.
The Vikings were very effective on that scoring drive, especially via the pass. Over 50 passing yards on that scoring drive. He's got a chance to return this one. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. The Lions bring their offense back onto the field. Touchdown drive the last time they had it as they attacked that secondary.
They sure did. They threw the football well on that last drive. And now I would think as an offensive coordinator, they're thinking pass on the defensive side.
Ball is out. A recovery by the defense.
When I talk to young quarterbacks, I say the number one rule is always keep two hands on that football. That time, he doesn't do it. That's why when he got hit in the pocket, he fumbles it.
Real good field position here to start this series.
Let's go. Right lane.
Catches the ball on the sideline, but does not get both feet down.
That incompletion by the quarterback, hey, I give the quarterback no fault. That was just tremendous coverage by the secondary player. He's in position and able to make the football be incomplete.
Second and 10. Handoff. And they are in on Peterson.
Well, they call you an outside linebacker for a reason. That means you play outside and you stop the wide runs by the offense, and he did it that time. Good job. Makes the tackle.
Third down. Bridgewater's got it in the gun. Throws the pass. And Quinn with a near takeaway on that pass.
Gets tight down here in the red zone. So if you're a defender, read the quarterback. You make a quick break on the football. Hey, you get in position like this, and you can knock it down.
And with the second quarter fast approaching, they've got the lead with that field goal.
Anytime you score points in the first quarter of a football game in this league, that's a good thing. So don't be disappointed that you only got 3. Look on the bright side, it's scoring.
And he's tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line. The Vikings proved this last drive that they are a ball-hawking unit out there.
And you know, you got to know that on the offensive side, you're playing against a ball-hawking unit. When they're like that, you got to get your arms around the football and protect it. That was a bad job by the offensive ball carrier.
And that pass is just thrown away. Second down after the incompletion. Ebron's out wide on the left.
Let's go.
Moore standing back in the shotgun ready for the snap. Bell with the grab. Bell's brought down after picking up 6 on this play. Back here in the second quarter, defense ruled the first. And what are we going to see here, you think, in the second quarter, Phil?
Well, I think the first thing they got to do, Jim, is just believe in what they did all week long and preparing for the game. All the practices, all the film sessions, and just know sometimes it takes more than one quarter to get the answers. So stay with the game plan and see if you can find a way to make it work.
Another third down stop right there and into the second quarter of play now. We really haven't seen this offense on track quite yet.
Yeah, let's give all the credit to the defense. I like how they're playing on the defensive side. The defensive coordinator's making good calls, and they are making it happen.
Patterson's got a chance this time. And he's going to be tackled right around the 31-yard line.
Patterson's such a great athlete. You got to find ways to get the football to him. Here's another way to get it to him. On a punt return, how explosive is he? Man, that's the answer.
The Lions defense comes out for the start of a new drive after allowing a field goal the last time.
Jim, they hope to play better this time. You take the information that you'd learned from the last drive and go out there and correct some of those mistakes.
Down the field. What a catch.
It's one thing to be able to throw the football that high and far, but it's another. He found the right receiver to throw to and put it right on the mark.
The Vikings have it at the 29. And they are in on Peterson. That's going to be a pickup of 6.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
The Vikings have it at the 24. Wright has the reception. Vikings in the end zone. Wright, second touchdown of the game. They're doing a terrific job of keeping the pressure on here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they have kept the pressure on. And, you know, if you're on the defensive side, sometimes players can't make a play because they just don't have the confidence. Now it's up to the coach. Change those calls on the defensive side. Maybe find something that works and give your players some confidence.
Fields the football at the 3. And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. The Lions weren't able to get anything out of their last drive and were forced to punt as they take the field here. Do you think they are going to vary their approach, Phil?
Well, I hope so. I think they will. They got a lot of information out there in that short drive, Jim, and you do that by showing different formations and plays. You saw how the defense reacted to it. Now you counter-react and see if you can get some positive plays.
I'm sure they're tired of being in the 3-and-out business.
Well, that's a bad business to be in. I know. I get in a lot of bad businesses.
And we've reached the 2-minute warning in this one. We're back, and we're coming out of the 2-minute warning in the first half.
Get ready. Red 38. Red 38.
The Lions take it from the 23. Rhodes very nearly to the pick.
Third and long situations, a lot of coordinators in this league will run a draw play on third and long. Why? Because they're just looking for field position, pick up a few yards, and then by some miracle, if the running back's able to make guys miss, break some tackles, and pick up a first down, man, that's just gravy.
3rd and 12. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
The Lions know what a situation they were in right there, and it was a tough one. 3rd and long, what are you going to do? Well, they decide to run the football, and I agree with that. If you try to throw it down the field, it probably was going to lead to a mistake.
Patterson's going to take this one from the 22. Carter's there to make the stop. And a run back of about 12. The Vikings offense enjoying an outstanding first half here, partner. And they're sitting on a pretty comfortable lead as we draw near the break.
Yeah, their offense is playing well. Now, on the defensive side, what you have to do, you're getting beat up a little bit, so go in there at halftime, make some changes, call some different defensive formations to give your players a much better chance of success.
Wilson's there to take him down. The Vikings are up right now, Phil, and that's at least partly due to the play of their quarterback. Bridgewater's had a very solid opening half.
He sure has, and then people are getting open down the field, Jim, and he's right on target. He's feeling it. He is absolutely in the groove.
First down at the 32. Launching it deep. Has it. Touchdown. Getting close to the half, and they're giving their opponents a lot to talk about in the locker room.
Yeah, they are putting some kind of whipping on them here early in the game. I'll just say this for the defensive side that's losing. It's been terrible. So go in there at halftime, change what you're doing, and get back in this game.
The Lions, I'm sure, wanted to avoid giving up points on that drive just before the half. But now they'll have even a bigger hole to dig themselves out of in this one. The score's 24-7. They're setting up the return. And he runs it out to about the 27 before he's taken down. The Lions are experiencing a little bit of a drought here offensively, having gone 3 straight possessions without a score. What do you think needs to be done to buck that trend here, partner?
I'd say it's a little more than a drought. This is some awful offense, and there's many things you got to do. You got to tell your offensive line to pick things up. When the offensive line is aggressive, it gives all the stars a chance to succeed, and that's what they got to do here. Offensive line, get it going.
And it's now 2nd down and 5 after running it on 1st down. Moore's back in shotgun formation. Easy catch there. No one near him. The Lions call a timeout and are left now with only one. That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up. 3-step drop. Lays out and makes the play. Timeout's called. We're going to step aside. Be back in just a moment. This will be a 41-yard field goal try. The kick is good. We've reached the intermission, and soon we'll be sending you to Larry Ridley, who's going to break down all the first half highlights as we send it to Orlando in a moment. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Patterson will test the coverage. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. The Vikings have had a great passing attack going today. Bridgewater's been airing it out and finding the end zone.
Yeah, he has been right on target, pinpoint with those passes, and he is the main reason they're winning this game here today.
First down at the 24. Has the reception all alone.
That's a nice play that time by the offense, getting the first down. They're up here in the second half, and they're moving the football. That is a great feeling.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Bridgewater's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Down the field. And Quinn with a near takeaway on that pass.
What a good job by the defensive back that time. That ball was thrown beautifully down the field. High arcing throw, but the defensive back in great position knocks it down.
For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. Rudolph had it, but couldn't hold on as this goes incomplete.
Sometimes on 3rd and long from the defensive side, I like the fact that you can blitz. Send more guys than they can block. Make the quarterback throw the football quickly and short. Then it's all up to coming up and making the tackle.
3rd down and 10. Catch made along the sideline. The Vikings are in front thanks to their quarterback. Bridgewater's been unstoppable so far.
He has been unstoppable, hasn't he? When your quarterback is hot, keep giving the football to him. They've done it, and he has rewarded the coaches.
From the gun. Looking long. He brings it in.
There's just so few quarterbacks who know how to throw it high and far anymore. Nice job that time by the quarterback. That throw was right on the money.
The Vikings will use a timeout here early in the second half. That timeout might be very useful for the offense. They're now ready to go. Coming up to the line at the 11. Bridgewater's going to take it from the gun. Second and 10 coming up. Peterson will get it on the toss. A game breaker. Touchdown. And with that score, they now have a nice buffer to work with over this last quarter and a half.
They do, but this game is not over. Now you got to come out there on the offensive side, and you got to find a way, come up with some new plays, take a chance, and get back in this game. It's not over.
Extra point was good. The Lions will now be in an even deeper hole here as they get ready to return the kick. Scores 31-10. The Vikings setting up here for the kickoff. That's a touchback, and the ball will be spotted at the 20. The Lions offense trots out onto the field, looking to get into the end zone and see if they can turn the tide in this one, partner.
Well, the fact that they are losing this game so far, the sense of urgency is there on the offensive side. You know, you have many plays in that playbook. I think they need to try a few different ones here in the second half.
First down at the 20. For a gain of about 5.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
Second down coming up.
Get ready. Red 38. Red 38.
From the shotgun. Corey Fuller hauls it in.
Nice job by the quarterback finding the open guy short. They get the completion. They still do not get the first down, though.
Moore's completion percentage, 60% on the day. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down.
Bell's going to be mad at himself after that run. He picked the wrong hole. If he'd have went the other way, he would have had enough space to pick up the first down. He has stopped. Now it brings up fourth down.
Patterson's going to take this one from the 14. Gains 18.
The Vikings know there's three parts to every football game: offense, defense, and special teams. What a play for the special teams here. Good punt return, good blocking. They get it done.
The Vikings are looking to inflict a little more punishment here as they try to add onto a sizable third-quarter lead.
Man, they are playing so well, Jim. I'm glad. Hey, how would you like to be the defensive coach? It doesn't matter what you call. It's not going to work because the offense is that sharp.
Almost intercepted.
go. Move 58.
The Vikings from the 32. Going for the deep ball. Intercepted. A good play at last by the defense, but they needed to be making those plays earlier before the game got away from them.
Yeah, they sure did, but listen, they finally made a play. Now it's up to the quarterback. Come out on the field, and let's see you make a play and get this team back in the game.
It's a two tight end formation. First down at the 37. Joseph's all over the ball carrier. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter here in downtown Detroit. And we'll return in a moment for the start of the fourth quarter. We're back here in this lopsided game.
Wahrscheinlich wird der Moderator extrem laut sein. Mich hört man nicht.
Coming up, second down. The final quarter underway now with this snap. Joint Bell has the reception.
Well, the quarterback showed off his arm strength that time, didn't he? He put the football right on the money, on a line, right into the receiver's hands.
Get ready.
Moore's now completed 4 in a row. And they down the quarterback.
Wer hat mir den Sack gegeben? Robinson, du Bastard. Elender Bastard.
Well, that
Das
time the
hast mir
quarterback
meinen
is sacked on
Sack
the third
geklaut.
down, and that's, of course, that's bad. But the good thing is he did not try to force the football down the field and get the turnover.
Also ich rechne damit, dass nochmal was
Patterson's got it now. Watson's the one who brings him to the ground. That return's good for about 22.
The Vikings love this type of play. Of course, everybody would. When you get a good punt return, that's what you want. And, of course, it helps when you have an explosive punt returner back there.
The Vikings' last drive ended with an interception. So what do you think here, Phil? Will they play it a little safer this time around?
Oh, I don't think so. I think what you do on the offensive side, you stay aggressive. It's not a perfect game. There's going to be mistakes and penalties, and you got to learn to overcome that adversity. So go out there, let it go, and try to score points.
Second down. Peterson's lined up as the single back. They'll go ground. Peterson's tackled down after a gain of 7. He's averaging 5 yards per carry on the day. And now we reach the 2-minute warning. Now third and short following the run. We return out of the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter action. Bridgewater's got it in the gun. Johnson with the grab. And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
Good job on the offense here with a good lead in the second half, picking up that first down, and that's what you want to do. Take your time, look at the play clock, take it down as low as you can, and keep picking up those first downs.
Let's go. Way 90. Way 90.
First and 10. Here's the handoff to Adrian Peterson. And that's a gain of 9. Quinn's the one who is down, and will step aside for just a moment. And now they'll try over again on second down. The Lions with a nickel look here on defense. Adrian Peterson takes the football. Taken down at the 27.
Meinen Hunde. Diese 1-2 Yards hättet ihr mehr geben können.
Yeah, I love situations like this. This is when I was at my best, getting in the huddle and telling everybody all the things. Put 2 hands on the football. Don't anybody jump off sides. Don't take any chances. And most of all, stay in bounds.
Be ready. Way 90. Way 90.
First and 10. Ford has the ball.
Und ich werde
That's a gain of 6. The Vikings have been quite good all season at throwing the football, and it's been another game like that today. Bridgewater's been efficient, he's been finding his targets, and he's getting it done.
He is showing why he's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. When you take his talent and you put along with it great decisions, you get something special on the field.
Ford's marked down after a gain of 4.
Good job that time by the quarterback. Found the open guy, picked up some solid yards with that pass. Third and short. Now this opens up everything on the offensive side. The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
Peterson. That picks up 11. He's now over 50 yards rushing on the day. Well, this is another win today, and things are starting to get interesting with this undefeated streak.
Boy, it really is. You know what? Anytime in the NFL, once you get past 6 games and you're undefeated, what happens? Everybody goes, what do you think? Can they go the whole season? I don't know about that, but right now they're playing very, very well.
So for Phil Simms and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nance saying so long for now.
Tja. Nicht allzu groß in die Länge ziehen, muss ich sagen. Tja, somit ist man am Ende der Folge angelangt. Tun wir einen automatischen Upgrade. Machen wir noch hier Points-Verteilung. Geben wir einfach mal ein paar aus. Gucken später, wann der Draft ist, nach Talenten. Geht noch auf, da müsste ein Punkt Rest sein. Ja, geht auf. So, 27 Spieler haben wir jetzt rausgepickt. Tja, dann gucken wir nochmals die Tabelle, bevor ich die Folge beende. Die Kompletttabelle führe wahrscheinlich ich nicht an. Da führen die New Jersey Jets. Dafür führe ich die Tabelle in NFC an. Ja. Zurück zur NFL. Tja, mir hat es ein bisschen Spaß gemacht, obwohl ich muss sagen, dass ich mir Gedanken machen soll mit Schwierigkeitsstufe erhöhen. Es war ein bisschen zu einfach, 6 Siege in Folge, vor allem der letzte Sieg. Ich werde mir bis nächsten Wochenende sozusagen Gedanken machen. Dann heißt es sozusagen ab jetzt bis zum nächsten Wochenende, wenn es wieder heißt Madden NFL 16 mit den Minnesota Vikings. Tschüss.